Alright guys, I guess we're live. I can fix my hair again. My hair looks awful today. Well, whatever. Like I got much of it to care about. But here we go. This is how we're going to do it. Okay, I suggest, since we're just starting now, I suggest you grab yourself a beer, beverage, any sort, whatever you wish. And me, because I'm in the house and there's nobody else here, I brought a vaporizer in the house, so just in case I'm bored and I want to medicate some more. So, how are we going to start this? It's pretty easy. I'll give you the basics. Alright? I'll give you the most important ingredient that you need to make, and this is I'll have to do another video on this another time. This is a bottle of vegetable glycerin infused with cannabis, high CBD strain. And let's see here. I have one of the ones that it was actually made of at one point. It's a Hydroponic. Okay, what I get from Aurora. It's 15% CBD, 0.62% THC. So, you know what? I can eat all the gummies that I make, and I'm never gonna get high. Okay, this is not the point of this. I'm doing this as an edible, and the reason why I'm doing this as an edible is because I want it to last longer. If you smoke, it only lasts 2 hours. If you take it as an edible, it lasts 6 to 8 hours. So the key to pain relief, if you want to have a good night's sleep, you want to make it into an edible. You can consume all the other pot throughout the day however you wish. That's fine by me. But if you want long-lasting pain relief, edible is the way to go. You should either heat it or eat it. That's kind of the rule. You shouldn't burn it. You burn it, you start degrading your CBD and you start blocking your THC at certain temperatures. I'm not going to go through that right now because that's not what we're doing here. But this is how easy it is. This is how simple it is. Look at this. Package. Raspberry jello. I like raspberries. I like raspberries. Berries. Any kind of berries. Whole box of Knox gelatin. I don't know if I'm advertising for these people or not, but whatever. Half a cup of water. Yes, there's only half a cup of water in there. A little pot. A little sauce pot. And we got our molds for our gummies. I sell those. I sell, well, I guess I sell the molds. And the vegetable glycerin to make your own tincture. You'll have to use that in a butter maker, infuse it, and then you decant it into a container. And this is 2 fluid ounces. Okay, this is 2 fluid ounces of vegetable glycerin. The ratio that I use for my CBD is 2 ounces per 2 cups of vegetable glycerin. So I use 60 grams actually, but 60 grams of cannabis, high CBD strain, to 2 cups of vegetable glycerin in a butter maker, and then you have enough to make it in a butter maker. So this is how easy it is. You have your jello package. You know what? I don't care how much pot you smoke. I don't think you can forget this recipe because I haven't. Like, really. So you got a package of jello we're going to toss in there. The package of Knox here. Open that up. And inside there's four little satchels, right? Little sachets. Right? There's a 4th one hiding in there who doesn't want to come up. So we're going to take all this. And here, can we, maybe we can prop this here for a second here. You'll be able to see. There we go. Oh, look at this. This will work out better. Okay, I'm going to take this jello. I got a pain in the ass. So, we're going to bring out the tools of the trade. We're going to bring some scissors. Cut that thing open. We're going to dump the whole package of jello in there. That's an 85 gram package of jello. Alright? Then we got an ox gelatin. Okay. 4 satchels. You know what? It's a pretty good consistency. I would almost consider using less water or maybe another package, but then it would make it a little bit tougher to remember what the hell I was doing. So I haven't changed that yet. So, but otherwise it's pretty good, just the consistency of it. So I put all 4 pouches in there, packages in there. There you go. Oh, jeez. Alright, cool. Take the paper out. Use paper to roll joints. You don't use it to make gummies. Okay, 2 fluid ounces. Okay. Vegetable glycerin, infused tincture. See, it's brown. Vegetable glycerin is clear. This is brown because it's got cannabis in it. So, 2 fluid ounces. It's going to take a little while. Patience. Just relax. Take it easy. It's not going to take long. And we pour that in there. And then let's I think I can do 2 things at once. I'll pour the half a cup of water in there. Okay. So here, I'll show you what it all looks like in a second here. Make sure I get all the stuff out of there. Best part about this? Tastes good. So here we go. So there, that's what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my element. This has got a little mini element. I'm going to put it on minimum, okay? We want to take this easy and take it slow. We don't want to cook it. We just want to dissolve that gelatin in there. And that's it. See, you can see the vegetable glycerin into the brown stuff, but it'll all mix in there. So it won't be so red, it'll be a little dark. Okay? The raspberry does a pretty good job. The jello does a pretty good job of kind of hiding the taste. You know what I mean? It's actually enjoyable. It's not. A person asked me today if you could use the oils that you buy from licensed producers. You know what? I'm not 100% sure. I guess I could have maybe separated a little bit and done a little bit on the side and put, I don't know. I guess I could have tried it. I'm not 100% sure if the oil is going to mix with this properly because it's oil, right? And the vegetable glycerin I know already by experience that I use sometimes that dropper and I put in my coffee. So, and it dilutes in my coffee. It doesn't sit on the top like coconut oil or anything like that. So it actually kind of mixes into it really well. So I enjoy that in the morning usually if I forget to take a gummy. I've really gotten into these gummies, and I'm just going to turn up the heat to kind of get it warm, to get it started, otherwise they're going to be here forever. But I don't want to cook the crap out of it. I don't want to boil it or anything like that. I just want to get all those little lumpy bumpies out of there. Hey, see all the gelatin? That's all you want to get. You want to make it nice and smooth. All right. Okay, well, this is going to take a little while. So, but, see, you know what? I kind of anticipated this. So I packed a vaporizer. So hey, you know what? While we're sitting here waiting for that to heat up, I'm gonna wait for my vaporizer to heat up. And the beautiful thing about a vaporizer is it's not gonna stink up my house. Because I don't smoke in my house. I never smoke in my house. I wouldn't even actually be doing this in the house if I wasn't alone. But I'm alone. I have a neighbor. They're not gonna smell this. It doesn't smell like weed. It's awesome. So that's another thing where people are trying to switch to vaporizers because you can go and discreetly have a puff and nobody be the wiser. Half the people might even think that you're smoking an e-cigarette or something. I've done it. Yeah. So yeah, I wait. Oh, here we go. Here, I'll do another lesson while we're waiting for the jello to start warming up here. I see stuff start bubbling. My temperature settings. People are asking, where do you set your temperatures on your vaporizer? Me, I set this one particularly at 377. Reason being, it fluctuates in temperature, okay? It rises and it lowers, and it tries to keep the same temperature consistently. But it fluctuates to the point where it almost hits 383 degrees. And if you've been in my store and you've talked to me about temperatures, at 383 degrees, you start degrading your CBD. That's kind of defeating the purpose of why I'm medicating. And then at 401 degrees, this is why you don't burn it. 401 degrees, you start releasing hydrocarbons and benzene. Oh, it just vibrated. It says it's ready to go. Look at that, 382. We still haven't hit that 383. See? Now we can medicate. And also, at 428 degrees, oh, we're just getting the flavor now. At 428 degrees, you start blocking your THC. So you're pretty much defeating the purpose when you smoke it. Heat it or eat it. Again, that's why we're doing gummies. Because we're going to eat it. We're making this for... I normally use this gummies for bedtime. Well, you can sort of see now, you're seeing a little bit of a clear liquid, so that you can start seeing... I turned up the temperature a little bit. I got it on a 2 and a bit here. I'm just going to watch it a little more closely here to make sure I don't start boiling it, whatever. I hope the camera's not all shaky. I'm trying to be as still as possible, but it's tough to do this by myself. So I just keep on scraping. Silicone is your friend. Silicone spatula, it's great for scraping stuff off the edges. I actually have a silicone spatula for sale at the store if you're interested. I have tons of molds and all that kind of stuff. You could also put this in, I guess you could take that vegetable glycerin that I make into a tincture. You could put that in capsules if you wish. That's also another alternative. Yeah, so yeah, I don't want to forget my medicating. But here, if you want to take a look, see, the temperature goes down, and then it goes back up, and it goes down, and it's trying to adjust to hit that 377. And that's it. But then you say, well, hey, there's a bunch of chemicals left in the cannabis in your vaporizer. Yes, there is. there is a bunch of chemicals left in there, and I can't remember for the life of me what they are. I think one of them CBC and CBE, and I can't remember the other one. I'm usually pretty good at this. This is my shtick. So you take that leftover vaporized material. There's nothing wrong with it. There's still good stuff in it. And that'll be one of my next videos in the baking series, I guess we could call this. But what I do is I've been collecting my vaporized material, okay? We're still waiting for our gelatin. Got to make sure I don't want to boil the crap out of this and start cooking it. That's not the goal here. We're not going to cook it here. I'm going to turn it down a little bit to get control of it. But here, give me a second here. I'm going to open this up. And you can see what leftover vaporized material looks like. It looks like tobacco, okay? I by accident tossed some actual green bud in there, so I got a little bit of green in there. But if you look in here, it looks like brown tobacco. It looks like there's nothing good in there. You can see a tiny bit of green, but that's because I made a mistake and dumped some actual good weed in there. But this now I'm going to collect, and I'm going to put into, I have suggested to me, brownie mix. So I'm going to turn it into Ricky Crocker instead of Betty Crocker. And I'm going to go get some Betty Crocker brownie mix, and I'm going to make Ricky Crocker brownies. That's the plan. And I have tried a vaporized brownie, I guess you could call it. And it worked incredibly well for pain and for longevity of the thing. So I think we're actually getting close to where all the gelatin is done. I got some on the side there, but you know what? It's pretty smooth already. I can see a little bit of lumps in there, but it's looking pretty good. We're getting pretty close. So what I'll end up doing with this is do a little taster. It tastes like raspberries. Almost tastes like cough syrup. It's weird, but maybe back in the day, that's how they made cough syrup. How do we know? So yeah, so I'll take my jello or my gelatin mix there. It looks still a little bit lumpy. One of those are just little bubbles coming up. Okay, you know what? Again, I'm lazy. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Okay, so I'm going to pour this into my measuring cup. Why? Because it's so much easier to pour it into the molds. I found doing this last time. What I've been doing is just letting the skin dry in the containers, and it comes out really easy when you let it cool. So now, simple as pie. We're going to start pouring. Don't worry about the mess. We'll get it all in there. Whatever falls out, it'll harden and you can nibble on the little pieces. But here we'll fill our molds. And like literally, I'm telling you, it's like 10, you toss it in the freezer. Oh shit, I didn't make room in the freezer. Toss it in the freezer and go outside, have a puff, come back in, and oh jeez, and you'll be ready to go. Oh my god, look at this mess. Sorry guys, I'm usually a little better than this, but I'm trying to rushing, relax, take it easy. All right, take it easy. Smoke another one. There you go. Okay, we're yeah, I'm being really sloppy because I can get 2 full molds plus a little bit. Oh, we still might be good. Yeah, I know mine fills 2 molds. This is why you kind of want 2 of them, because you'll end up mixing enough to fill them both, and if you only use one, by the time you cool one, all the other stuff will be cooled off. Oh, there we go, yeah, and we'll end up with a little bit in the bottom of the measuring cup. So I leave it there. I leave it at the bottom of the measuring cup. It'll harden. I'll be able to peel it out, and then I can section it off and take it like that too. But that's it. The molds are full. So now all you want to do is take that, put it in the freezer. 10 minutes, maybe a little longer, whatever. I always keep mine in the freezer. Then when you take them out of the molds, you want to toss them in a baggie full of cornstarch. You look like a druggie with the baggie, but it's really cornstarch and gummies. It's not a bag of cocaine. It's pretty funny actually, but yeah. You put it in a bag of cornstarch so they don't stick together. And then I leave it in the freezer because I just don't know how long they would stay outside of the freezer. At least I know in the freezer they're not going to go bad. Because the vegetable glycerin and the actual plant material like the cannabis that's in there, I'm not 100% sure how long that would last in the fridge in vegetable glycerin. So I take the gummies, I put them in the freezer. They don't last longer than a month anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. But I keep them in the freezer, nice and cold, and they're a little bit harder when you chew on them, so they're kind of a little more enjoyable, I guess you could say. I like them. And that's that. Pretty simple, right? Like, really? We sat here, had a couple puffs, and made some gummies. That's how easy this is. It's so awesome. Multitasking is right. Thanks, Paula. But yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to go through and have you hang around another 10 minutes or whatever, because I'm just going to go pop something anyways. It's kind of boring to watch. But that's it. So maybe next time I'll do chocolates. That's another super easy one. I just kind of got off the chocolate train. I jumped on the gummy train right now, and I love it. And like I said, each one of these gummies now, okay, now you've seen what I've done. So my dosage, this is my dosage. I take one of those gummies in the morning. Or by usually about 2:30 in the afternoon, it's almost like clockwork, it starts wearing off. Because it's an edible, it's going to last 6 to 8 hours, remember. So usually for myself, it wears off about 2:30, 3 o'clock. If I can survive till the evening, I'll try and hold off. If not, if my back's really killing me, then I'll take one mid-afternoon. Otherwise, I usually take one before bed, and I have a sound, beautiful sleep. It's awesome. And I'm a, back surgery patient. I had back surgery 6 years ago. So after being off 6 or 7 different kinds of medications, I'm only using cannabis. Treating multiple things from pain to inflammation to muscle spasms to cholesterol and to blood pressure. I no longer take blood pressure pills because I use cannabis. That's another one. It does lower your blood pressure. So anybody on a bunch of blood pressure pills, you want to get off, you might want to smoke a joint. All right? Okay, well, you guys have yourself a good evening. Thank you for watching, if you're watching, and take care. Happy trails.